Hello YouTube, welcome back to Cryptbeards number 17, episode 10? 10. I think it's episode 10. Regardless, it doesn't matter, they're in the right order in the playlist, fingers crossed, so even if neither of us know which number it is, you can be reasonably confident that it's going in the right order. I mean, maybe we've skipped an episode, I don't know. I mean, I'm not watching it with you, am I? I'm just sitting here making it at the time. That was a bad introduction. Shall we get back to the game? Let's do that. Let's actually do something sensible. First thing that's sensible is just reminding ourselves of the situation. I won't do the full zoom out and look at the map because we've done that before. We've seen the full map. Let's have a look at what we've actually done on that map. So here's my starter fortress. We've got a little entryway here, which of course is littered with corpses because last time we were attacked by goblins who proved to be a much fiercer opponent than I'd anticipated. I genuinely thought, we trained our military for a bit, I thought we had weapons, but obviously massive oversight on my part, they weren't picking them up. We had all the cage traps and everything, and I thought, yeah, we'll do these goblins in, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And we had all those monster hunters. Loads of people came to the fort and said, I'm here for the express purpose of eradicating monsters. And I don't know about you, but I consider goblins to be monsters. And they all stood here, they ran out and attacked, and they just got mauled, they got torn apart. The goblins just gave them they gave the goblins no resistance. I was going the wrong way around there. So anyway, yeah, those people are all dead. The tavern, well, they're not all dead, there's still some of them. I think we've got about 3 or 4 left in the fortress. These people in the tavern never really got hurt. For some reason, the goblins seemed to become confused. They got to the guard dog, killed it, and then when a couple of them got caught on the cage traps, that was it. They were like, we ain't going any further. We're staying away. And admittedly, we got 2 prisoners, but we lost quite a few. We lost quite a few good dwarves. Fine young dwarven folk cut down in their prime. Oh, humanity, when will the horrors of war end? Let's have a little... Sorry, I got way off on tangent there. Okay, so here's the tavern. Here's the bedrooms for the tavern. Here's our trade zone. I think some elves came in at the end of the last session, and I traded with them before finishing, so I'm not going to do some more trading here. This is the barracks, which now has a lot of empty beds, which need to be filled, so we're going to have to go over our dwarves and decide who heads into the military and takes on their new life as a militarist. A militarist? A soldier. I mean, vaguely similar meanings. Out here we've got a couple of overground fields, which is very nice, and then coming down here, of course, we have our farms, which are probably inadequate to the task. I should probably be putting more of these fields in and planting a greater variety of crops, but it has to be said, I'm not that great at farming in Dwarf Fortress. It's not my natural milieu. So, I mean, at some point, today, the theme is defences. I didn't mention that at the beginning, but I'm mentioning it now. The theme is defences. The theme is defences. Are defences? The themes are the theme is defences, and what we're going to be trying to do, because someone mentioned this in the comments on YouTube, workplace communication, I believe your name is, but I'm pronouncing that wrong because there's some kind of transcription thing that makes it pronounce. Whatever, you know who you are. Hello. They mentioned using volcano. I was about to say volcano juice, and what I mean, of course, is lava or magma. Using the volcano's hot product to defend ourselves. And I feel like they were probably thinking magma cannons, which have been mentioned in the Discord as well. Magma gun, buckshot or something, and people have been mentioning all sorts of stuff. But personally, I feel like we start relatively simple and go for something like a magma moat. That might work a bit better, right? And maybe even if we find some underground water, which so far we haven't, maybe even a water moat. That could be nice. Excuse me while I take a quick sip of coffee. Okay, over here, of course, we have the volcano, ready to be tapped. Well, nearly ready to be tapped. We seem to be having some issues getting people to actually do some of this channeling. Now, if I'm just going to take a moment to explain this. Now, what we've done is we've tapped into the side of the volcano here at ground level, and 2 floors below, hot magma. Scary stuff. I've channeled down here already, so this floor here is level with the magma, and if we channel, it will go through here. So we need to channel down all around here to connect up to this stairwell, whereupon our lads will dig down, and this little chamber will be emptied out, And that is below this chamber here, where we will have our magma furnaces and such. Not just magma furnaces, magma smelters, etc. And from this little chamber, there should be some floodgates. I'm thinking put the floodgates at the top, because it's probably best to stem the flow at source, right? And not have like a massive column of magma that's just not doing anything. Anyway, let's scroll down here. Yeah, so that's the basic plan there. We're going to put some holes in the floor. At some point later on, I'm not looking at chat immediately, but when I start doing it, if we need grates or anything over the holes, someone needs to remind me. By the way, anyone who's new, I may not have called out yet and said hello. If you said hello in chat, I will later. But there's no problem with backseat driving. I mean, I'm not necessarily going to do what you suggest, but feel free to just put up suggestions and ideas, because, you know, sometimes I flounder creatively and need a little bit of a poke in the right direction. Or maybe I've just overlooked something vital to the survival of my dwarves, and you have that information. I mean, in that case, bosh. Go for it. So anyway, now we're down here at the magma level. Here's our industrial zone. It's a little bit compact at the moment. I'm probably, in fact, relatively soon, I'm thinking of redesigning the whole thing and going for a deeper fortress. But right now, we'll live with what we've got. Here's a load of offices, which are pretty nicely kitted out. Only one of them smoothed, but they've all got decent furniture in, so that's good. Here, we have a mason's workshop and another one here. This is a carpenter's workshop. Don't ask why they're all split up like this. I designed these rooms, and I have a plan. And then I just ignore the plan and start slapping things down all over the place. This here, we've got bars and blocks, furniture, plenty of statues. I do want to get the tavern upstairs smoothed off fairly quickly so we can start dumping some of these statues in there, because actually, are statues useful for designating temples? Yeah, somebody will know that in chat. Here we've got a jeweller's workshop, which of course has a furniture stockpile behind it, because if there's anything that needs stockpiling next to a jeweller's workshop, it's furniture. Here we have two crafts dwarf workshops in a surprisingly well-organised setup with both of them next to each other. These are a variety of stockpiles, cloth, bar block. It's all very higgledy-piggledy and put together at last. It wasn't really thought about. No planning. That's the phrase I'm looking for. No planning. So let's go back up in the fortress. What did I do? Oh, it's just a dead corridor. Dead end, rather. Dead corridor. Ooh, spookums. So we got upper floor. Here's the food area. This is my dining hall. This is my gun. This is for eating. This is for fun. No. This is my dining hall. This is a pair of distilleries. This is a kitchen. And here's a food stockpile. This is a room I'm going to be putting nest boxes in for my turkeys, because, frankly, eggs are a good source of food. Here's a Gorlak in a cage. Don't know when we caught that. I'm actually fairly surprised to see it there. Here we have, I've already shown you this. This is my miasma baffle that stops the miasma escaping from my tanneries and butcher. The idea basically is miasma can form here, but it never leaves down this corridor because it spreads out here and loses all of its momentum. It works. What can I say? Let's go up another floor to the bedrooms. Probably inadequate. Although after the slaughter of last session, maybe not. Maybe now we have enough beds for the dwarves to lie in. Hopefully so. Fingers crossed. Let's head up another floor. Oh, nothing there. This here is the exit tunnel for the pit that our drawbridge is over. However, as you can see, the pit was not dug in the most economical fashion, and now is a big fat mess. A big old mess. It's going to need cleaning out, and it's going to be quite tedious to do, so hooray! Woohoo! Anyway, of course, I forgot the other segments. Let me use the hotkeys this time rather than going up and down. Up here we've got our temple zone, which is now looking pretty much ready for fitting. Maybe some statues and such can go in there. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, hang on. Let's go down a floor first and show everybody our lovely graveyard, which I thought at time of installation would be wholly adequate to the task of containing our dead. However, it's proven to be somewhat compact for our current needs, and we are in urgent requirement of quite a large number of coffins. Although, you know, because we seem to be burying visitors and pets in these coffins, maybe that's skewing the figures and it's making things seem a little darker. It's less Battle of the Somme and more... Oh, hold on. Let's just backpedal for a second. Let's not go to the dark place right now. Let's not just start the stream, get 20 minutes in, and then immediately just dive headfirst into the dark place and have people wailing and crying in chat because I've just gone mad. Right, okay. So that's it. That's the tour done. That's the tour. So now we have to decide what we're doing. We have to do a little bit of planning. But first, because I've been garbling for 20 minutes and essentially ignored chat, I'm going to scroll up a bit and see if anyone's said anything. Oh, it looks like not too much has been said. Phew. Hello, Vehemat. Welcome back. The Gobbling have a morale mechanism. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but they know when their friends get caught in traps. Actually, just you reminded me there. There's a thought. Maybe we have a mechanism. We've probably not got the space for it right now, but have a thing where the goblins can get past a certain point, but then the only way they can get out, like the pit trap exit, is just over a shitload of cage traps. So even if they're fleeing, boom, captured. That's an interesting notion. Maybe we'll revisit that at a later point. What have we got here? Magma buckets. Magma buckshot. Guess you could call it dragon's breath. That's true. We could try and build a monumental-sized dragon head on the side of the mountain that just vomits out magma. Then again, that sounds very dangerous, uncontrolled and dangerous. Much as it sounds impressive and effective, at least to the point of killing your enemies, I feel like it might render a large area of the surface untenable. And much as dwarves can go underground, I like to have a connection to the surface at least, just for some trading and that kind of gubbins. All that carry on. Create some sort of magma water tower that has a floodgate that you can open when monsters show up. Yeah, that's not a terrible idea, but again, flooding the surface with magma. I like the idea of having a specific, like a trench that we can flood with magma. That's maybe not a bad idea. We could do that. We could dig like a, instead of having a moat, maybe like a sunken pathway with a wall either side. So the only way to approach the entryway is through this walkway. And then because it's sunken, we can just flood it with magma. We'd need a way of draining it as well. Oh. Decisions. Magma evaporates like water. Ah, okay. I forgot about that. That's a good idea, actually. Oh, Dragon's Breath is slang for an incendiary shotgun shot. You know what, Buckshot Brigade? I had forgotten that. I knew that from Vampire the Masquerade, strangely enough. It was just one of the pieces of equipment in the equipment lists. But yeah, I did know about Dragon's Breath. Incredible. Use the captured goblins for training your military. I think that's a good idea. But to do that, we need to create some kind of secure facility where they can be stashed, ready for a little bit of the old trainage. Is it possible... Trainage. Ugh. Is it possible to actually do that? Like to specifically say, train on these goblins. Don't kill them. Just beat them up and get better at beating things up. Is that possible? I wonder. No. Okay, good. That's a concise answer. Thank you. Let's get them just pitted then at some point. Anyway, enough of this nonsense. First things first. I'm going to put in an order for some coffins to get rid of all these people. Bodies, rather. There we are. Construct rock coffin. Already put the order in. Let me put the priority up a bit higher because, frankly, that is a bit important. Also, the slabs. We've only got 20 made. They need to get done. Okay, what else have we got to do? I think we're good. Good. Okay, that's good. And then, so now we've got that going, we can head over here and take a look at our mining situation and unpause the game at 29 minutes. Those of you watching on YouTube, I know nothing's happened. I know I haven't done anything. I know I've only spoken about the fortress, and you're probably sitting there thinking, oh shit, he's going to stop the recording. You're right. I'm going to try for half-hour episodes this time, so thank you very much for watching. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments, whether you be enraged or even ecstatic. And then, because it's only a half hour long, there'll be another video tomorrow, so you don't have to wait. Don't worry, well, you mean you do have to wait, obviously. There's, tomorrow's 24 hours away, perpetually. I mean, by definition. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, YouTube. Bye.